Wyvern, Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
Stand up to be a grand-up with St Andrews Square Shopping Centre, Droitwich Spa.
Second challenge is with Tim Green, and it's a coffee shop. How you feeling, Tim?
I'm okay. I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit excited.
How often do you find yourself sitting in a coffee shop and someone decides to stand up and start telling jokes?
Well, it's never happened yet, but I think it would be fantastic if it did.
It would. I totally agree. It'd be great if more people did this. I think we'll start some trends with these random public appearances of stand-up. How are you feeling right now as we're about to go in?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just, fingers crossed, I'm just hoping I can remember my material. But yeah, I'm feeling quite upbeat.
I'm looking forward to it. And at the end of it all, we can still grab a coffee if it all goes wrong.
That's fab. Yeah, that's a good place to.
All right, let's go in and see how Tim gets on in a coffee shop.
Wyvern, Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
Okay, thanks Kirsty. Thanks everyone. I'm just going to try and entertain you just for a couple of minutes, if you'll bear with me, please. Looking round, I don't know whether there's anyone here that went to school at about the same time as me. It was usually about 10 to 9 most mornings. But I went to a very tough school. The whole school had a drug problem, especially Class A. But I actually started school in the 1960s and things were very different then. There was lead in the pipes, there was asbestos on the roof, outside toilets, and the only heating in the classroom, there were these huge metal radiators filled with boiling water that the kids used to sit on to try and keep warm. And they only seemed to have two temperatures, which was either lukewarm or, oh, that's really burning my bottom. But it was quite sad, really, because I didn't have many friends at school. I had a couple of friends, imaginary friends. They were actually real children, but I used to imagine that they were my friends. And they didn't used to let me join in any of the games. But then the one day, some of the bigger boys were playing cops and robbers, and they asked if I'd like to be one of the robbers. And I said, oh, yes, please. And 10 minutes later, one of them had grassed me up to the police, and I got 6 months in Borstal for that, actually. But, you know, it wasn't all bad. I mean, we didn't have any money for toys. We were quite bad off, really. But my dad used to work at a tyre factory. And sometimes he used to be able to bring a tyre home, and we used to play with this tyre, and we used to have a lot of fun. I used to roll it across the road. I used to tie it to a tree and have it as a swing. You know, looking back, actually, they were good years. Well, some of them were Dunlop, I think. Some were Michelin, actually. But, you know, it wasn't all bad in those days. You know, you could call in the sweet shop on the way to school, and you could pick up a packet of crisps, a Mars bar, and a quarter of pear drops for next to nothing. Of course, it was a lot easier to shoplift in those days before they had the cameras. OK, that's me done. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Tim Green.
Wyvern, Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
What did you think of our little bit of stand-up?
It was pretty funny, yeah. Maybe a bit old for me, though. Oh. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, the school jokes, maybe we're a bit young for. Yeah. We didn't have that much asbestos.
The Class A thing was funny. That's about it, really.
Is there something? Thank you.
It's very good. I walked in the middle of it, and he seemed to be holding forth. And yeah, it's quite a brave thing to do. And everyone here seemed to enjoy and were entertained. So yeah.
Wyvern.